I'm just out here fishing. Figured I'd go live for a little while. I'm not going to watch the chat because I'm fishing, but figured I'd go live for a little while and let you see the sights. And that's one of the big white koi carp. If you can see him there, we have in here. No, you can't see him really all that well. There he goes. There's our ducks. You can see that carp out there a little bit better. This pond's going to be full of them all over through there. And 40, 50-pound carp in here. Hey, Wendy. All right, so, hey, guys, what are you doing? That's one hatch, and that's the other one. So I'm going to do a little fishing here, and you guys join me, please. I got one on the bottom with worms. I'm just using a little rubber worm now. Same color as the one I caught that big bass on the other day, a purple one. Just to see what's going to happen. I don't expect to catch another one like that, but you never know. Thought something was bumping under the rod. I guess not. I have to keep an eye on that one. This is what I'm fishing with. This little 4-inch rubber worm. There we go. That was a good one, whatever it is. Perch. Nice one, too. So that's the first one for today. It's a nice one. Lots of perch in here. I was catching bullheads last year. You couldn't come over here unless you had a bullhead or a catfish on. This year it's perch. All right. This one here just on the bottom with a worm. We only got in here. We got one person. Wendy, you still there, hon? Oh, hey, Allie. Well, you're welcome, hon. Sit back, relax. Think I'm getting a lake in there. Just brought in a nice perch and see if we can't catch a couple of bass here. Caught a nice one here the other day, about 7 pound. So we're trying to make a repeat offense. Try a green Cinco. I always had luck on them. If you keep your eye out across that pond, you'll see there's like 40, 50-pound carp out there. They'll start right away feeding. There's 2 really nice white koi fish in here and these huge carp. I don't know how to fish for them or how to catch them, but boy, would they be fun to tag into. I got sunfish hitting my line as it's tapping on the top of the water. This is only the second time I've ever tried these live, so it's not going to be a very long one. But this is my neighborhood here where I live. Hang on. Say hello, guys. It's a regular duck population here. They're cute as the duckies. There's one. Little guy, but he'll do. I love this pumpkin green color on my Senkos, or I only use like 4-inch worms. I very seldom use anything over a 4-inch worm. Yeah, I do love these Senkos. There we go, broke the ice. Hope he brings his bigger brothers back. That's what happened the other day. I caught 3 or 4 of them like that. And then I nailed that big one. He was a nice one, but it's about 7 pounds. Right there, where I caught this one. Funny, all the big bass I got, I never got in deep water. Always along the shoreline, maybe 15 feet out. My personal best is 8 pounds, and I caught him in about 3 inches of water. He came charging in out of nowhere. Nailed that rubber worm, and that was the end of that. I gotta get my tripod working, and I can't see any of the chat, so if any of you is chatting, chat amongst yourself and not being rude. I just can't see it. So the rigs I'm using today is I have a Silver Star FX40 at 8 to 15 pound, 12 pound Vanish line, and open face spinning reel. Ugly stick, 6.5 foot, medium light. The one that's on the bottom is a Zebco 33 Authentic with a Zebco Stingray pole on it. 6 foot, or no. Was it 6? Yeah, it's 6 foot. Thought it was a 5.5. Just a regular sinker on the bottom, worm up above, rig on that one. Get over here kind of close. Now, I'm new to this pond, believe it or not. I've only lived here a year. And what I mean by that is this is the first year I really started bass fishing it. Last year it was all panfish and bullheads, and I was told there was no big bass in here. So I'm really new to what colors they like in here, what styles, I just basically fish with everything. I got 4 and 6 inch Bass Assassins. I've got, these. Well, my worms is always a 4 inch. I never go bigger than a 4 inch. I've had some pretty nice success here on the rubber worms. I don't know if it's a topwater lake or what. I don't know much about the bass fishing in here. Like I said, up until I caught that big one the other day, it was, there was some bass in here, but they were all like that little one I just caught. Yep, here we go again. See what we got on here. Ooh, missed him. That wasn't fun. I don't like missing them. Gotta get you off the worm can. That's my new bipod. This has got to be really boring as hell. Kind of like watching paint dry. Jesus Christ. Just want to put a stupid worm on the hook. Everybody in the park here has got to stop and smile at me. All right, we're back out with that. Give it a while to sink into the bottom here. Meantime, we'll throw that back out there. Let's see, it says I got 5. Let me see if I can figure out live chat's visible. Hey, okay. Hey, Jefferson, Heath, and Wookie. I didn't see you guys come in. Hey, Steve. I'm bullshit, but you got a fish. Like I said, this pond is nothing but perch this year. That's 2 perch and 1 bass so far. Oops. Oh well. I will get him. Come on, stop arguing with me. Fish, I am your master. Get in the water. Wasn't exactly where I wanted it, but that's all right. Oh, the brood's back. Let's take a look at them. There they are. You gotta enjoy wildlife too, you know. They're messy, but oh shit. You ever had that feeling you fell through the cracks? You guys don't get over, your mom's gonna kick your ass. Get over there. You guys fell through the cracks. That's good to see everybody show up. Wasn't expecting anybody, to be honest with you. I don't do many live. But I did say in my last video we were going to have some fishing videos. So it's weird out here this year. There's no crickets, no tree frogs hollering, no frogs around the lake. There's frogs in here, I've seen them. Nothing's acting right this year. It is a beautiful evening for fishing, though. Not even a breeze out here. Overcast, warm, humid. Perfect. Bass should be hitting top water like mad. That's where I wanted to be. Yeah, don't worry about sharing this out or anything. I'm not going to be on very much longer. I just figured I'd bring out fish with me for a while. Whoops. There's a good one. Well, I hit and left it alone. Still have a worm, so couldn't have been that hungry. I'd like to tag into one of these carps. I said there's some of them out here as big as my leg. They're like 40, 50 pounds. Not quite sure how to fish them or what to eat, but there's some beauties out here. My little lake here, you know, my pond at the house, I had tadpoles, I had the little newts, you know, lizards that live in the lake. I haven't seen any of that here at all. Let's try going top water, see what we come up with. No, I don't use chatterbait, nothing like that. I've got 3 topwater baits I use. I use a Zara Spook, a Jitterbug, and a Rapala. That's it. If I can't catch them on them three, there's nothing there to be caught. Rapala, Rapala, whatever you want to pronounce it. And I don't use a small Zara spook either. I use like a 3/4 ounce, big old bugger. Just got to mess with them a little bit, you know. I'm throwing a jitterbug right now, and I was just thinking with them carp floating around the top of the water. You know what I mean? 2 sets of treble hooks. Maybe we can tie into one. Now, the main road to get their development is right behind me. Unfortunately, these ducks have a terrible habit of standing right in the middle of the road when they see a car coming. The people feed them here. They see a car coming, they think it's food, and they'll stand right in front of you. People blow their horns, try to move them with the car, they won't move. This is one of my favorite topwater baits. It's good old standard jitterbug. Thinking about buying a smaller size. This is the biggest one they make. Thinking about buying a smaller size. Well, who knows? All depends if I can get the car to get to the bait store to get one. I was telling Frontier Survival today, you know, girlfriend's working with this new Delta strain they're saying coming up. She, a lot of people in her company's leaving, and so she's working some hellacious overtime. They're cute little buggers, aren't they? Look at them. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. So unless you guys want to sit here and, you know, BS, I don't care. I'll leave the phone running. Hey, your mother's going to kick your ass. You're supposed to be over there. What are you doing over here? Oh, look at you, 2 rebels. She's way over there. Yeah, peep, peep, peep. She's way over there, peep, peep. Teenagers. What can you do? I hope I got the pond even in frame there. Yeah, Chris, old school jitterbug, man. Caught some of my biggest bass on this. That and a Rapala. Little 3-inch Rapala. Rapala, whatever you want to call them. Whoa, that was a good hit. I wonder if that's the carp swimming underneath that's doing that, because something really wrapped that, and then nothing. The carp swimming underneath is bumping the line. I've had that with sunfish one time. I was fishing for bullheads, and a sunfish kept swimming under my line and hitting it. Drove me nuts. Oh, there's a frog. I just heard one go, darn. Yard. Must be because there's nothing touching it now. Buddy's duck makes a mess. Pond literally looks disgusting out here. It's full of feathers. People in my development must think I'm nuts. I'm sitting here talking to nobody. Oh, so much you don't know. Ow. It's gonna rain. Flies are biting like that. That hurt. Yeah, my brother said to me the other day, he said, you know, you're the luckiest SOB I know. I said, why is that? He said, you walk into a lake where nobody even knows there's bass at. Line up with a 7-pound bass. Like, well, I wouldn't call it luck, but I don't know what you would call it, but I guess it is luck. Ooh, that was a nice raise right there. Right along the line of my jitterbug. That was a nice raise. Yeah, around here I found 30 years of fishing. The bass fishing really doesn't get good around my area until August. That I found anyway. All the biggest bass I've caught around here has always been in the end of July, August, when it's hazy, hot, and humid. And days like this, overcast, no breeze, then I seem to catch decent bass. I'm not one of them guys that study bass charts and color charts and, you know, water UV clarity and everything. I just fish. This pond's got 4 springs that feed it. There's a regular creek that runs in the back. from a big spring outside of the side of the mountain up there, and two smaller ones that dry up around June out of the one side of here, and there's one in the middle from what I'm told. There's a big spring out there by that dark patch of grass way in back shore. I don't know. I haven't got back there yet, so. But sometimes, when I'm fishing these jitterbugs, I'll fish them real slow, just enough to make them wobble and blub, 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 blub. And other times I found that if you reel them fast, I mean, not outrageous fast, but if you reel them fast, the fish seem to hit them harder because they have to strike at them rather than running up on them. And then sometimes you can pop them like a popper, like a hula popper. Sometimes you can, there's a whole bunch of ways of fishing them. I've caught fish on all of them. And yet I've never caught a fish on a hula popper. I've owned a lot of them. All different colors, shapes, sizes. Nothing. Years ago when I could get out to other lakes and walk around and fish and whatnot, one favorite lake I used to go to, you sat in front of the lake with a jitterbug like this, and I've done it, sat there for an hour just throwing the jitterbug over and over and over. I hooked into a fish. I used to be an 8-pound test fisher. I hooked into a fish, snapped an 8-pound test like it was nothing. I mean, he just hit the jitterbug and was gone. So I went up to 10-pound, went back about 2 weeks later, did the same thing. He hit a 10-pound test and snapped that. So then I went up to 12-pound test and we moved out of the area. You wonder how that happens. You get hooked on a rock. It's either a soft rock, sharpest hooks in America, or I was saying Zara Spooks. I meant Zara Spooks. I always wanted to get a couple smaller ones of these too. Never really unloaded on big bass with big lures. I used to have 8, 10-inch rubber worms, and never caught nothing on them. And I'd be fishing for panfish with the little 4-inch ones, catch a bass. So that's what I use. Oh man, I thought I had one. Hooked up on some weeds. Ah, the pond's working. Well, they don't seem to like top water in here. I come over here the other day. It was like 4:30 in the morning, just before daylight. I fished this whole area, all top water. And they still haven't hit nothing on top water in here. Might not be a top water lake. I'll be right back, guys. Anything happen exciting? Ah, that's why I wasn't catching anything. Yeah, you got 5 in here. That's cool. So, like I said, you seen that Silver Star. Okay, there we go. This is what I'm using today. My Zebco 33 Authentic. Zebco Stingray rod. I believe this is a 6.6 medium weight. It works good. I love my 33s. The only reason why I have that open faced on the other one is because I've had it sitting in the box. My dad gave it to me for, oh hell, 10 years. And never put it on a pole. I moved up here and I seen it still sitting in the box. I was like, I'm going to use that this year. And I did. Gray Fish and Reel. It's a Silver Star. Never heard of them before. Must be some kind of off China brand. But boy, that thing throws and a fish is great. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it quits here. I've been on for 45 minutes. So, I want to thank Andrew Hondo and Chris and Jeff Einstein. Yeah, who else we got in here? Allie Carroll. Chris's Variety Challenge. Variety Channel. Skelter Hagadagi. Not sure how to pronounce that one. Donovan 2. Hey, Donovan. Thank you. I know I seen Steve Borg in here. Captain Electro. Hey, Captain. There's Steve Borg. Wookie in the Wild Frontier Survival. Hang on. Got another one coming in. Yep, another perch. All right. That's a smart perch. He got himself off. Don't have to worry about getting stuck with them side fins. All right, come on, you. Into lake you go. Just like the other guy, find your way home. Go. Go, go. There you go. All right, guys, so thanks everybody for showing up. I'm going to call it quits if I can figure out how to get out of here. And we'll see you guys on the next one. These are kind of fun to do if I can figure out how to still interact with everybody. So, catch y'all on the next one.